From the CMS Television News Department, this is District Digest. Hello, I'm Tahara Stalbert, and welcome to another episode of District Digest, sharing the stories happening every day in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. We're in the final stretch of the school year, and teachers and students are preparing for another successful semester. Let's take a look at teaching and learning in our schools, captured by the CMS Television News Department. Students at Southwest Middle School celebrated major writing achievements by holding a book signing event. 39 students in Ms. Catrone's 6th grade class each wrote their own novel as part of National Novel Writing Month. Students set their own writing goals ranging from 2,500 to 26,000 words.
The students learned an extensive amount, I think, from this project, but mostly what it feels like to be a true author.
The project culminated with a book signing at which students read passages from their novels and discussed their accomplishments with parents. Artists with the Harvey Gantt Center for African American Arts and Culture visited students to give a performance titled Dance, Dance, Dance. The energetic demonstration and lecture were all a part of a program designed to show the historical and cultural significance of dance forms through the ages.
What we try to do is always expose students to the global situation that we have in society, and obviously history is a part of what we do here. 7th grade studies African history, and so we want to make sure that we give them the opportunity to see some more holistic types of history, and dance certainly falls into that category.
Students at Sedgeville Elementary have been collecting money over the past week in an effort called Hands for Haiti. Students were able to collect nearly $1,000 in less than a week, and Moe's Southwestern Grill chipped in an additional $300 for the cause.
I'm just so ecstatic. I'm so happy that all the staff, especially all the students and their families, pulled together to make this a great success.
All of the money will be sent to the Doctors Without Borders organization. CMS students were on the campus of UNC Charlotte to participate in the annual Queen City Quiz Bowl competition. Students from West Charlotte, West Mecklenburg, and Wydell High Schools, as well as John Taylor Williams, Wilson, Martin Luther King Jr., and Bishop Spa Middle took part in the bowl. The competition tested students in vocabulary, Black history, and facts about historically Black colleges and universities. Students at Behringer Academic Center put their scientific discoveries on display at their annual science fair. Topics range from plants and what they need to grow, different types of food sources, and why we use the ingredients we use to make certain foods.
It's really important for kids to get a chance to experience science as something that's not just in a textbook. Kids who get the hands-on science experience and who get to do experiments really get to learn the science behind their everyday life rather than just what they read in a book.
This was all tied to the science curriculum to give kids a hands-on learning experience. Students, staff, and families celebrated the dedication ceremony at Ridge Road Middle School. District 1 School Board member Rhonda Lennon spoke at the Ravens ceremony, and the students sang their new fight song. Ridge Road commemorated the dedication with eggs, symbolizing the various goals for the Ravens in their first year.
Ever since I was announced as principal of Ridge Road Middle School, I've had a tremendous outpouring of support from our community. We have community volunteers here on a daily basis, which shows the commitment to making this a great school.
The school is located in the northeastern part of the county. Students, staff, and families celebrated the dedication of Whitewater Middle School. District 1 School Board member Rhonda Lennon spoke at the Gators dedication and took part in the ribbon-cutting ceremony. The students' handbell choir also performed to commemorate the dedication.
I'm excited about people coming into the building and just being able to see who we are and just to learn and a little bit more about Whitewater Middle School and to tour the building because it really is a beautiful building.
Whitewater Middle is located in the western part of the county. Fathers, sons, and families showed up at Whitewater Academy for a Father's Workshop. East Carolina quarterback Patrick Pinckney and his father Robert spoke about the importance of having fathers involved in their child's education.
As long as, children see that positive image walking in the schools, whether it's a male or female, they will shine.
This evening was a part of an ongoing effort at the school to increase parent involvement. Schools throughout CMS have been stepping up to assist the earthquake victims in Haiti. The Olympic community of schools have banded together to create health kits containing hygiene supplies for those suffering through the Haiti aftermath. Each hygiene kit contains a variety of items such as soap, bandages, washcloths, and toothbrushes. Students at Inhaven Elementary put their math skills to the test as they built a food pyramid. And in the process, they collected canned goods to refill the Loaves and Fishes food pantry after the holidays.
This year we decided to make it a little bit more public, so our student council kids worked with our 5th grade math teacher on coordinating a pyramid based on the height and diameter of the cans and square numbers. And so we've kind of made it a grade level challenge.
Some classes brought as many as 100 cans on the 100th day of school. Different grades competed with each other to see who could bring in the most food. Buster the Bus teaches bus safety lessons to CMS students so that they are safe in and around the school bus. Buster is a fully automated, remote-controlled miniature school bus that has movable electronic features such as headlights, flashing warning lights, and a stop sign and arm. With the addition of Buster the Bus, CMS's bus safety team can reach even more children with important safety information. Polo Ridge students got a treat as Charlotte Bobcats All-Star Gerald Wallace appeared at their school to thank them. Students participated in a writing contest to nominate Wallace for the NBA All-Star game, which he made. He came by to speak to students and to thank them in person.
Although he's a professional athlete and extremely busy, that it was important enough for him to come here and thank the children for what they did. So it just showed good character, which is a wonderful example for our children.
Wallace also stayed around for a Q&A session. More stories from around the district when we return. Now back to District Digest. Briarwood Academy was transformed into a living history museum this past week as students, staff, and parent volunteers took part in bringing to life many historic figures, including presidents ranging from George Washington to our current president, Barack Obama. To prepare for the event, students studied American historical figures as well as Charlotte leaders. This was all a part of learning history while making the learning process fun. U.S. Senator Kay Hagan taught 8th graders at Bishop's Ball Middle in support of Teach for America Week. Teach for America is a nationwide program which recruits talented young college graduates to teach in schools with large numbers of at-risk students. Senator Hagan taught about the Bill of Rights as part of a social studies curriculum.
Our 8th grade students have been learning a lot about their rights and the Constitution and how our government was set up. So to actually have her come as a government official and spend that time speaking to them firsthand was just significant firsthand learning for our students.
Charlotte Mayor Anthony Fox taught a civics and economics class at Philip O'Berry as part of Teach for America Week. Teach for America is a nationwide program which recruits talented young college graduates to teach in schools with large numbers of at-risk students.
But to meet these people in person makes it, make it very applicable. The applicable nature of the curriculum now makes sense to them. So I think it's really good for a high school student to meet some of our civic leaders and understand that they are a part of that.
Mayor Fox spoke to the students about the importance of getting a quality education and what it takes to be a civic leader. Students and staff at Hornets Nest have been holding bake sales for Haiti. All of the benefits will go to purchase health care kits for the survivors of the earthquake. The kits include items such as toothbrushes, hand sanitizer, and other necessities.
This is just such a wonderful opportunity for our children and our staff to show how much we do really care about what's happening in Haiti.
It all ties into teaching students how they can help people in need. The Accelerated Reading Program is soaring at Windsor Park Elementary. The program results from last quarter are outstanding, and students who made their goals were treated to a visit from special guests from the Charlotte Bobcats. A highlight video warmed up the crowd, and Rufus, the team mascot, brought the reading celebration to a boil. He loves to read, and so do the students at Windsor Park. Students at Kennedy Middle participated in their annual science fair. Volunteers came in to judge the projects, which ranged in topics from an air pressure cannon to a volcano with bubbling lava.
One of the main benefits I see from doing this is that it gets students excited about science and it gets them to see the real-world application of science.
The projects are all tied into the science curriculum in an effort to help kids with hands-on learning. Johanna Anderson from the Belk Foundation stopped by Winterfield Elementary to help out with Miss Richardson's 4th grade class as part of Teach for America Week. Teach for America is a nationwide program which recruits talented young college graduates to teach in schools with large numbers of at-risk students.
She has such a wonderful passion for teaching, and I think that's what makes the difference.
Ms. Anderson spoke to the students about philanthropy and the importance of giving back to your community. Some CMS high school students who want to reach further attended the International Youth Exchange Study Abroad Fair. Students shared their experiences in other cultures and learned about the advantages and different options for studying abroad. The fair also addressed such topics as visas, school-to-school exchanges, advocacy, and how to make the most out of an exchange experience for all students. 12 CMS students were honored at Discovery Place for doing the right thing. The students who were selected from more than 300 nominations included a 1st grader from Eastover Elementary who helped a classmate who was choking during lunch, and another 1st grader from Tuckasegee Elementary who helped a classmate who had fallen, and an 8th grader from South Charlotte Middle who stepped up by proving to be mature and strong. Dr. Peter Gorman, along with Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Chief Rodney Monroe, Charlotte Fire Chief John Hannon, helped to honor the students. The Living History Museum at Myers Park Traditional was a big hit with parents and students. 2nd graders dressed up as and created posters about historical Black figures and put them on display in the hallways.
They're going to share their projects with their individual class as well as the rest of the school. So they really come away learning a lot about one person and about everybody else as well.
This event has become so popular that classes have to view the museum in shifts. The Design Center of the Carolinas hosted an event to honor students who participated in an art contest. Randy Logan from Sedgefield Elementary won the competition. His artwork will be displayed on the water tower next to the Design Center.
We are proud to have their participation alone, but to have a winner, that's just unbelievable. The boys and girls really have a sense of pride in what they can do and their individual accomplishments.
The theme of the competition was taking care of the environment, and students learned about water towers and how they affect the earth. Students at Selwyn Elementary got a visit from the reigning Miss North Carolina, Catherine Southard. She came to the school to speak at the Character Education program, where the focus was on citizenship. Miss Southard spoke to the students about the importance of being a good citizen.
Being good citizens starts in elementary school and just follows them all the way through college and hopefully graduate school. So this is where it's of utmost importance to teach them about good citizenship.
The students also put on a performance to display good character traits. Students, staff, and families at Inhaven Elementary came together recently to support one of their students, Ellie Potvin. Ellie is a 2nd grader who suffers from a rare form of childhood cancer. Recently, her class made a special video to help lift Ellie's spirits.
We love Ellie!
There's always a smile on her face. She's a vibrant little girl, and for us to be able to do this for her is very rewarding.
The school was decorated with pink and purple ribbons, and the students wore headbands, made signs, and special cards, all for Ellie. The Lifting Up Ellie project was designed to let Ellie know just how much she means to her class, the school, and staff, and to try to lift up her spirits as she fights this disease.
I can honestly say that Ellie has taught me more in the time that I've known her than I could probably ever teach her. Just invaluable life lessons, and she's just a true walking testament of courage and strength.
Students at Vance High School were learning about Black History Month firsthand as B.B. Delane and Charles Jones spoke to them about the 50th anniversary of the lunch counter sit-ins. B.B. Delane was the first African-American teacher at Garinger in 1965, and Charles Jones was very active in the civil rights movement. About 250 history students participated in the assembly. They watched a documentary and had a question and answer session. Students at Collinswood Elementary had a visit from News 14 weatherman Mark Watkins. First and second graders have been studying weather and how it affects our lives.
They've really been studying hard, and so to have someone who actually does that for a living and understands all the inner workings of the weather and how different factors play together to create what they see outside is just amazing for them, and so it just makes it more real.
Mr. Watkins spoke to the students about how weather is studied and what he does in his job at News 14. District Digest continues right after this break. Want to know more about what's happening in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools? You can watch daily CMS news updates for the latest news and information throughout the district. News updates air 2 minutes before each hour, 7 days a week. You can also log on to cmstelevision.com anytime and watch a CMS News webcast online. Plus, you can join us on Facebook for school closings, district news, and budget updates. Now back to more stories from across the district. Students at Walter G. Byers Elementary recently studied the world of space and then had the golden opportunity to meet an astronaut who has been there. Leland Melvin shared his far-out experiences with 75 students at the school, and he talked about careers in science, technology, engineering, and math.
I'm really excited to have him here. Many of our students have units of study on science and space, and he's here providing them with a real-world experience regarding his travel in space.
The program was part of NASA Awareness Week for the CIAA tournament. The Chowan University basketball team recently visited with CMS students at Whitewater Academy. The young men were in town to compete in the CIAA tournament. The student athletes stressed goal setting, tenacity, and discipline, as well as having a backup plan for a career.
What they share with them is what we share with our boys and girls, is that you have a backup plan. You know, you have an A and a B plan. And they were sharing with them their B plan.
The Hawks made a big positive impression on students and staff at the West Side School. 4th and 5th graders at Druid Hills Elementary had their science lessons jump-started with a visit from professionals at Discovery Place. Students learned about atmospheric conditions and how they affect our everyday lives. They also learned about various geological formations and how rocks are created. This was a great hands-on experience from the Charlotte Museum. Students at Nations Ford Elementary welcomed Superintendent Dr. Peter Gorman to their school as part of Read Across America Week. Celebrating Dr. Seuss's birthday, schools had celebrity readers sharing books with children in hopes to inspire them to become avid readers. South Learning Community Area Superintendent Tyler Ream got into the mood and dressed up in this one-of-a-kind creation.
I think it's a great thing because every day we tell them to read and encourage them to read, but today we're making it fun. So I don't think it's not something they're told to do, the same as brush your teeth and go to bed and read your book. Today it's fun, and we're showing them how important it is, and it's a part of their life.
The Carolina Panthers joined in the fun of Read Across America Week at Chantilly Montessori. Players Travell Wharton and Jeff King were received with loud cheers, but nothing compared to that of Sir Purr.
That's why having children this young get excited and motivated about reading, and having an organization like the Panthers come and make it exciting means everything to them.
After a short assembly, the Panthers players, Top Cats, and Sir Purr visited classrooms to read books, all in hopes of inspiring young readers. Students representing the Central Learning community competed in the Battle of the Books competition held at Sedgefield Middle. The competition is a reading incentive program designed to get kids excited about reading.
Books are the fundamental building block of schools and education. So what could be more important to any school or any educational system than books and a battle of the books?
The students read books, then answered questions in a quiz bowl format. Northwest School of the Arts won the competition for the Central Learning community. Mallard Creek High School JROTC members visited Highland Creek Elementary as part of their Junior Achievement Program. The JROTC cadets taught lessons to kindergartners about financial literacy and also read books and participated in other activities.
It's really fun and exciting for the kindergartners to actually see the JROTC cadets in person, as well as to participate with an activity with them.
The lessons were focused on learning about money, savings, and future career options.
Action.
Juan Merlos is an 8th grade student at Northeast Middle. He submitted a script for the Stand Up and Speak Out Against Gangs contest and won first place. So Time Warner Cable came out to Northeast Middle to tape his public service announcement. The PSA shows students being approached by gangs and how they can choose not to get involved. Students from all over the state met at Johnson & Wales University for a culinary arts competition. The students competed for $2,000, $3,000, and $4,000 scholarships to Johnson & Wales. The culinary arts students were given ingredients and a menu, then given 1 hour to produce the best dish. Results and scholarships will be awarded in April. Students and staff at Blythe Elementary celebrated Read Across America and Dr. Seuss's birthday by having special guest author Libby Bagby and her plot hound Lucky visit their school. Mrs. Bagby wrote the book Lucky's Plot. It shows how she rescued Lucky and found out the plot hound is the North Carolina state dog. Mrs. Bagby also taught the students how the legislative process works and how something becomes a state symbol. The students at Huntingtown Farms Elementary celebrated World Math Day in style. The Student Council thought of the idea of combining Pajama Day with Math Day so they could do math in comfort. The students solved math problems and played games as well as competed in math contests worldwide with students from Great Britain.
And they can have fun doing it. There's no worksheets, there's no, not necessarily pencil and paper, they're just having fun with that concept and practicing their skills without even realizing it.
This was all in an effort to get students excited about math. 4 of the lead actors in South Mecklenburg High's production of Seussical conducted a children's story time at the Morrison Regional Library. The students read while acting out the lines and parts of the books. All part of Read Across America Week while promoting Seussical the musical, which will run March 18th through 21st at South Mecklenburg High School. Elizabeth Lane Elementary students and staff visited Thomasboro Elementary to help jumpstart the school's Jump Rope for Hearts campaign. Elizabeth Lane and Thomasboro are partner schools, so students put on displays by their Jump Rope Club to assist Thomasboro in their efforts to raise money and awareness for their annual Heart campaign. Harlem Globetrotter Moo Evans spoke to students at Lake Wiley Elementary about the Cheer for Character program. Cheer for Character encourages youth to practice 5 important character traits: cooperation, healthy minds, effort, enthusiasm, and responsibility.
The School Rocks magazine had a contest. It's been going on for approximately a month, and we had to go on and vote. And the name of the contest was the Harlem Globetrotters Assembly Contest. And the school that had the most votes, of course, got the prize, which was to have a Harlem Globetrotter come to their school and visit.
The next day, the Globetrotters visited Smithfield Elementary and were joined by a live broadcast by Fox News Rising. Congratulations to Southwest Middle School for winning the statewide Fuel Up with Milk competition. The school led all middle schools in North Carolina by increasing their milk consumption by 46% over 6 weeks.
And our students have increased our sales of milk 90% and over, which of course, you know, with vitamin D push, it is quite good for our students.
To celebrate, the school held a pep rally with the Carolina Panthers. Sir Purr joined Everett Brown to teach the importance of regular physical activity and eating healthy. Students at Druid Hills Elementary got into the spirit of Read Across America Week as they brought in their favorite books and dressed up like their favorite book characters. Then they took off down the hallways for a parade throughout the school. The students and staff at Nathaniel Alexander weren't to be outdone as they donned their favorite book characters to also pay tribute to Read Across America Week and Dr. Seuss's birthday.
All the things that we're doing this week is going to help and aid our students to fall in love and get that passion that they have for reading on a daily basis.
They were so proud of their favorite books, they showed them off to our cameras. We hope you enjoyed these positive stories about teaching and learning in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. Your support for our schools and students play an important part in these accomplishments. From the CMS TV News Department, I'm Tahara Stolbert. Join us again next time when we share the stories of CMS on District Digest.